I mean, it's a complicated thing, but that is a clear, pure message.
Amen. And it deserves to be echoed, because the black body of Jesus is not something we're all talking about.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's, I don't know, a couple of ministers, religious people with Melissa Harris Perry. We played that for you yesterday in the Gimme 5 segment. And, of course, Melissa Harris Perry the day before, or on Saturday, talking about how looting and burning down things is not violence because it's not targeting or not harming a person physically. I mean, it's just, here to make some sense of it all is Johnathan Gentry, as we welcome him back, Los Angeles-based minister and political commentator. Hey, Johnathan.
Good. How you doing, Steve? How are you?
When you hear this garbage from Melissa Harris Perry and others, how do you react to that?
I mean, like I said on another network, you can't. People want to glorify ignorance, you know, and it's pathetic to the lowest degree of the violent behavior that you want to try to justify in the name of someone or something. You know, you can't justify ignorance. You know, you just don't justify looting or burning down anything in that nature, regardless of the situation. It only shows the violence and the ugliness inside of you that everyone is seeing. You understand? Regardless, like I said, whether it be white, black, whatever the case you want to be, however you want to categorize it, you don't justify looting and burning down someone's business in the name of something. That's just ignorance.
Do you think the president and Eric Holder play a part in this? Whether or not, certainly they haven't come out and said what the likes of Melissa Harris Perry have said, but certainly they seem to be saying, at least to my ears, that they, even though this is bad, we understand what's going on here.
As far as what Eric Holder and Obama has been saying, I guess they want to change the policies of racial profiling. It depends how a person would want to look at it. I think anyone with common sense would see that this world, and especially in the African-American community, it needs to be a reprogramming of the mind. You know, because we're being taught the police are bad. We're being taught what's going on around us is everyone else's problem, and it's not ours. You know, and I think what Eric Holder and Obama needs to do, it starts from our communities. You know, I can understand there's issues in the police department, but it starts at home. It starts right there in the communities. Obama grew up in Chicago. He should know that it starts right there where we are at home. And I think that's not what's being addressed. It's an educational decline in a lot of minorities. It's an educational decline in our young generation now, and they're not understanding that, and they're not seeing that, so they're going out here acting foolish and calling it justifying what they're doing, or however they want to put it.
But Johnathan, how about, and I ask this to almost all the guests when I address this topic, whether they're black or white, but I'm particularly interested in asking, you know, African Americans this question. Why hasn't the most powerful, you know, man in the world, who's black, the president, the second one, the most other powerful man in the world who's black, Eric Holder, and even and all the commentators and pundits who are of color and not of color on the networks, why haven't any of them said, hey, by the way, first and foremost, respect the police, obey the police, don't fight the police, and certainly in the case of Michael Brown, it goes without saying, don't punch the police. How come none of those words or sentences have ever come out of the mouth of our president or anyone?
Your guess is as good as mine. That's a good question. Why? Why haven't you just said something that's common sense? Respect the police officer, and none of this wouldn't be taking place. You understand? But almost I feel, Steve, that sometimes I feel like, and it's unfortunate, sometimes these leaders want to see you stuck. And that's unfortunate. And that's a strong thing to say. I almost feel like, do you want to see these people stuck? Do you want to see this young generation stuck? Because what you just said is what needs to be told. Respect those around you.
Every parent, black, white, green, yellow, has to teach that to their kids.
Whatever, whoever, you know, however you want to put it, doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah.
You know, from the greatest to the least, it doesn't matter. That's what needs to be told, and that's all I'm doing.
Yeah. Hey, Johnathan.
That's all I'm doing.
And keep it up. Keep it up. Stay safe, and we'll speak to you soon.
God bless you,
Take
Steve.
care.
Thanks,
you too.
buddy.
Johnathan Gentry, LA-based minister and political commentator here on the Steve Malzberg Show. Telling it like it is, as Howard Cosell might have said. Telling it like it is. Anyway, I'm not Howard Cosell, and hey, we should, you know, this week was John Lennon's the anniversary of his shooting. Remember, Howard Cosell broke the news to the world on Monday Night Football. I remember that. That says something. We'll be back with more. Don't go away.